I don't really like her voice. She's somehow, I don't know, she's a little too official for me. Thank you all for being here. All right, good. Yeah, you guys can all have your cameras off. Your mic's off. Good. All right. So just be comfortable. I'm going to try to just go through this kind of quickly. I was trying to find a reasonable background, and I was kind of like, I'm like, oh, look, I've got like a little halo of flowers around my head. Again, for just a little bit of a light moment in our day. I am going to try to share with you my exciting PowerPoint here. Okay, so Manipura chakra, the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus is, kind of like where our rib cage forms. And there's that like little space kind of in the center, just above the navel. So all of the chakras are along the spine, and those energy centers move forward. So it's really kind of like almost like the center of the abdomen was where that third chakra is located. All right, slide 2. So just a reminder that chakras are, I can never see right with this thing. I forget how to minimize my view here. So they are these energy centers in the body. So a lot of yoga focuses on this movement of the spine, keeping our spines flexible. We're doing forward rounding, we're doing back bends, and we're going sideways, and we're twisting. And so when you think about that in connection with the chakras, which are all, mostly along the spine until we get to the head, kind of makes sense that there's this focus on moving the spine to keep our energy centers moving. And so the thought is that by balancing these energy centers, it promotes mental and physical well-being. And so again, we've all had these experiences where, just moving our bodies helps us to feel better, either, even just on a, I'm going to say superficial, just for lack of a better word, on a superficial level. All right, why are you not moving that? There we go. Okay, so the location is the solar plexus. So pretty much in the center of the torso. The color associated with the with Manipura chakra is yellow. The element is fire. The seed sound spelled like ram, but spelled like ram, but sounds like rum, R-U-M. And this is where our inner power and self-confidence is said to manifest. The third chakra is associated with the self-esteem, sense of purpose, personal identity, individual will, the ability to make correct decisions. So some of this wording, I've just taken from other places. And I think that's just about, that when we're in alignment with our purpose, when we have this confidence and we, have this sense of purpose in our life, where we're going, then we're able to make the right decisions. So I think that's what that means by making correct decisions. That we're not making, these decisions just, based on our emotions, sort of wildly fluctuating or being indecisive, but when we're really on our path, that then it's easy to make the decisions that feel really right in our lives for us. And so the other thing it's associated with is digestion and metabolism. So I think that all of these sort of, holistic, alternative, ancient practices really are complementary to modern medicine. So when all of these, concepts came about thousands of years ago, before we had all the medical knowledge that we do today. So while I think that there's great value in thinking about these chakras and, how is, maybe how I'm moving my body going to affect my digestion and my metabolism, and how does that connection with my thoughts connect with my self-esteem and sense of purpose and all that stuff? I also think that we also have real medical conditions that modern medicine, modern science can help us with. So I think these two things go hand in hand. It's not like you either go to your doctor or you try to do some holistic healing. I think you do both. So I just don't want anybody to think that, oh yeah, I'm not going to go to a doctor. I'm just going to work on my chakras and I'm going to fix everything. So some things may change and get better, and there may be some things that you can fix. But obviously there are all kinds. I've been having really terrible allergy problems. So I'm going to go see an allergist. And while I'm trying to think about, how do I heal myself naturally, I also know that I need additional help and support with that. So it's said that when the Manipura chakra is blocked, when that energy is blocked at our solar plexus, that it can influence digestive issues and poor absorption of nutrients, which makes sense. We know when we're not digesting properly, we're not absorbing nutrients. And so again, we're not going to fix everything without some help. Sometimes we can, change our diet and things and move around a little bit more, can help with our digestion. But there may be true medical issues here. You can be quick to anger. There can be a sense of neediness. So again, when we're not feeling like strong internally, we can tend to have this sense of neediness. We need extra support, so that's not a bad thing. If we need extra support, we should reach out. I think that's part of how we balance our chakras, is getting support from other people, like a medical professional, like your friends, coworkers. So I don't think neediness is, necessarily a bad thing. I think it can just be an indicator that, like, oh, I have something I need to work on. Lack of direction, yeah. And we all go through these stages, right? I feel like coming out of this 2 years of pandemic, I'm starting to go, oh yeah, right. I really had no direction because there was nowhere to go for 2 years. Kind of hard to dream and move forward when there's kind of nowhere to go. Feeling afraid, lack of courage, poor self-esteem, feelings of stagnation or inertia. So when Manipura is balanced, that's when we tend to have more self-confidence. We feel self-empowered. We're connected with our purpose, strong sense of identity, and again, able to make these right decisions for ourselves. So in balancing Manipura chakra, so I didn't say this isn't so long today, and we're gonna get into a meditation. So balancing Manipura chakra. So yellow is the color. So wearing yellow clothing, having sunflowers, which is why I picked the sunflower, having something yellow behind you, around you, something visual that's yellow. I think again, partly as a meditative tool is to, have that color yellow, be able to really visualize the color yellow. And then yellow foods, again, I don't know if any of this really, makes a difference, but this is what people say, that things like bananas, yellow squash. Couldn't think of too many yellow foods. Although somebody just gave me yellow mangoes, they're yellow on the outside. Kapalabhati, we're going to try to do this at the end because it's a good one to kind of wake up and go back to work. Kapalabhati pranayama is this technique where, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it well today, but where you're forcing the air out of your nose. So you're contracting your abdomen, pushing the exhales out, and then the inhales just flow in. So it's this. Sorry, yeah, that makes me make weird noises in my nose. All right, so it's this pumping of the abdomen, this quick pull in of the abdomen. It's hard to do in the beginning. I had a really hard time getting it down. But you're just pushing out the air, and then the inhale's happening. You just keep pumping out, and you do like 5 or 10 breaths, and then you pause, and you can do a couple of rounds of that. But it's very stimulating. We're going to do a meditation before we do that. So we're going to do that Kapalabhati afterwards. But you can see how, like, when you do it, you really, where you're feeling it is almost in the solar plexus, that you're pumping in the abdomen in that spot. So you can imagine how that would help to stimulate that part of the abdomen. So movements are twisting the spine. So again, we're going to kind of get into that little center area, the solar plexus, center of the torso, that upper abdomen, and we're twisting our spine. So let's just do a little bit of that now. Just twist from side to side in your chair. And then let's circle shoulders too. And then back bends. So when you're bending backward, however you're doing that, whether you're on your abdomen, pushing into your hands, pushing your chest forward, we're sort of stretching out that front area, and then along your spine, you're pushing that middle of the spine. So that solar plexus chakra, you're pushing the spine forward in that area. Some forward folds, pulling in the abdomen. Again, we're kind of compressing that. And so you're going to balance it out with, rounding forward and then doing a back bend, pushing your spine forward. I'm not sure of the correct pronunciation of this, but Pushan Mudra. So right hand is index and middle fingers touch your thumb. And then left hand, it's your middle finger and your ring finger touch your thumb. So just slightly different finger placement on each hand. So this is also said, so this is a fire mudra. So any of the fire mudras are supposed to be helpful, getting that solar plexus energy moving. And you can do this just kind of, hanging out, meditating. You can just try it, see if you feel anything. Sometimes I do feel like you can start to feel like the energy in your fingers and hands. All right, so thoughts, visualization, journaling. So this is where I think, obviously there's something about the movement that will help, getting our digestion moving, making us feel better physically, and that will connect with our minds and how we're feeling. But I think a lot of these chakra balancing exercises are really about our thoughts. So especially when you're thinking about it in terms of self-esteem and self-empowerment. So connecting your inner strength and fire, connecting with your inner strength and fire, just thinking about the things that you're passionate about, like what can you get excited about? And sometimes it's hard to get excited about things. Again, pandemic, kind of made it hard to be excited about anything. But there may be things in your life or moments in your life, things that you love. And when you can think about that passion, I think that helps to ignite that energy, that sense of inner fire. Meditating, journaling on feeling your inner strength, reminding yourself that you're strong, wise, and that you have purpose, especially when we feel, I think, disconnected from purpose. Trying to really just, write down the things that have been meaningful in your life. And I think that can help us reconnect with purpose. And writing down all of your accomplishments, large and small. I know there've been times when I've been looking for a job and I've been writing my resume, and I'll, have somebody I worked with help me with it. She's like, oh my God, like you did this and you did that, you did the other thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did do all that stuff, didn't I? We tend to kind of like, it's like, oh yeah, that's just what I do. I don't really think about it. We don't go about boasting in our normal day about all the things we've done. So I think when you start to write down, especially when you're stuck, all of the small, just the smallest things. Some days it's getting out of bed, it's cooking dinner, like you made it through high school, it can just be like silly things like that, that really are an accomplishment that we don't tend to take in, that really took work to get through that. High school was, I did go on to college, but I dropped out of high school and I got a GED. High school was definitely a challenge for me. And the fact that I survived that and moved on, I don't think about it a lot, but it's a big accomplishment for any of us to survive our teenage years. And that we've all, you know, kind of made it through a lot of rough spots. So I think writing down those accomplishments can really help us build our inner strength. All right. So I am going to change this up now. All right, so let's just stretch for a minute. Bring arms up overhead. We're going to move into a meditation. So let's just try to get our bodies a little more comfortable. Stretch your arms up. See if we can do a little twisting here as well. All right. This table a little bit away from me. All right, so just in your chair, if you can just twist your spine a little bit. Take a nice big breath. And then we're coming back to center and we're going to twist to the other side. Nice and easy. Lengthen up your spine. Try to soften the abdomen. And just, you know, kind of create this consciousness of where your solar plexus is. So right in the middle of the abdomen there. And then we're going to come back to center. So let's try to round. We'll do like this little cat pose, the seated cat. Just hands on your legs, and you're going to try to round. So like we're kind of squeezing in that solar plexus area. Round your spine into a bit of a cat pose. And then we're going to come into a dog or a cow pose, a seated cow. We're going to push the spine forward. So now we've got this little bit of a back bend. You're pulling your shoulders back. And so again, that kind of solar plexus area is moving forward. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to round. And coming into this cat-like position. Usually we do this on the hands and knees, but it can be done in a chair. So you can do this during your work day. And just think about how during your work day, if you kind of did this back and forth, how that might start to kind of ignite that. Okay, it sounds a little corny as I'm thinking about this in my head. Ignite that inner fire. So you can imagine that you're just kind of moving your spine. You're getting that sense of energy flowing just by coming back and forth a couple of times. You can do that at your desk. And it's even going to help with your shoulders because you're pulling your shoulder blades back as you're pushing your spine forward and pulling that, you know, pulling the shoulders back. To get into your low back a little bit. All right, we're going to come back up and let's just do a hip stretch because I think we always need to stretch our hips. We're going to try to do a seated pigeon. Bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, so just above the knee. If you can't do that, sometimes the knees don't like that. Just try to cross your knees, and we're going to lean forward a bit. So especially if you've got knees crossed, you might find that turning your body one way or the other is helpful. But if you just have ankle on your thigh, you're leaning forward to whatever point you feel that resistance. When the hips are tighter, you're not going to go as far because you're going to be able to feel like you're getting that benefit without going so far. Big full breath. And then we're going to change sides. So maybe shake that leg out a little bit. I love how the background just kind of makes your body disappear. All right, and then, oh, now I have no foot. All right, there we go. All right, so ankle on top of thigh. The small things that amuse me. Or you're gonna try to cross your knees there, or we're gonna lean forward. Breathing. And so when you think about that sort of stagnant energy in the abdominal area, right, how much are we really moving, right? How much are we really moving our abdomens during the day? All right, we're going to release this or any kind of stagnant energy in the body, right? When we're sitting still and we're not moving around. Okay, we need to do a forward fold too. So you can either just lean forward in your chair, hands on your legs, or you can come on up, maybe hands on your chair, and just try to fold in a bit. Oh, where am I? Lengthening your legs and your back. So you're just folding in. Try to get a nice stretch in your legs and in your back. So anytime we're trying to quiet the mind, it's really helpful to release some tension out of the body. And when we're working, so I think it was the last chakra we worked on, samskaras. So habits, changing our habits. So trying to get into a creative mindset where we're able to create new thoughts about ourselves, and we're working on, changing our minds about our self-esteem and, how powerful we are. Just trying to release some tension out of the body first can help get your mind into a more creative space. All right, full breath. I'm going to pull up some music. And then we are going to go through a meditation. So you want to be comfortable. And then at the end, we're going to try to do that Kapala body. If I forget, remind me. Just so we wake up again a little bit. All right, if that music is too loud on your end, somebody just type it in the notes. It's always louder on my end than it is on yours for some reason. All right, so getting comfortable. Anything you need to adjust, let it adjust, let yourself adjust. Get into a nice comfortable spot. You take a nice full breath here. Feel how your body moves with your breath. All right, sorry, I'm gonna make a lot now. I can get myself. Never mind. Feel the breath flowing through your nose. Again, noticing if there's any way that you need to adjust to be more comfortable. Observe how the breath is flowing through your nose. Feel the sensations of the breath in the nose. Notice if one side, one nostril, notice if the breath flows more freely through one nostril than the other. Or if the breath feels pretty equal in both nostrils. Get a deeper look at how the breath is flowing. And if anything feels tight and stuffy, sinuses in your nose, you can imagine focusing on that area, imagining it relaxing and letting go. The breath becoming a little freer. And try to imagine that you're breathing equally through both nostrils. So even if you're not, imagine that sensation of the inhale and exhale flowing equally through both nostrils. Imagine feeling that sensation of the inhales and the sensation of the exhales being equal in both nostrils. Letting your body soften on your exhales. Now try to imagine that you're only breathing through your left nostril. Try to feel the sensation of the inhale, the sensation of the exhale, only in the left nostril. Now try to feel that breath only in the right nostril, even if it's stuffy. Imagine that sensation of the inhale and the sensation of the exhale only in your right nostril. And try to imagine that you're inhaling through your left nostril and exhaling through your right nostril. Imagine that you're inhaling through your left nostril and exhaling through the right. And see if you can reverse that flow. Imagine that you're inhaling through the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Imagining the sensation of the inhale in the right nostril and the sensation of the exhale in the left nostril. And allow the breath to just gently return to its natural flow. Take the mind to the top of your head. Imagine the sensation of relaxation flowing down the top of your head. Relaxation flowing down through the scalp, into your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, lips, jaw, tongue, and the face relaxing with each breath. Relax your throat, neck, tops of your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers. Relaxation flowing down into the chest, shoulder blades, rib cage, flowing down the spine, into your low back, abdomen, pelvis, hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Relaxation flowing through the body. Letting go with each exhale. Letting your breath flow in and out. Feel the rise and fall of the abdomen as you breathe. Observe what it is you wish to create in your life. Listen if anything comes to mind about what you wish to create in your life. Maybe a single word, an image, a feeling. Something comes to you, just hold that in your mind. Breathe that intention in and out. Know that you have the power within you to achieve this intention. You've already accomplished many things in your life. To be here in this moment. Focus your mind on Manipura Chakra, Solar Plexus Chakra, along the spine, a little above the navel. And that energy center expanding forward from the spine. Feel the heat of Manipura Chakra. An energy center like the sun. Imagine the sun at your solar plexus. Warm and fiery. And you visualize a bright yellow at the solar plexus. Feeling the heat and the light of the bright yellow sun at your solar plexus. That energy filling the middle of your torso. Strong, bright, yellow energy radiating out from the solar plexus. And feel this fiery energy burning away what is stagnant. Burning away what you no longer need. Feel that energy center in your abdomen. Energy flowing freely. What is stagnant in the body beginning to move. Fiery yellow energy at the solar plexus. Burning away old ideas of who you are. That sensation of the sun burning doubts and fears, burning away old samskaras, habits that no longer serve you. And fire releasing the seeds of who you wish to be going forward. Feel your inner strength radiating through you. Your inner strength warm and bright and powerful. Strength radiating out from the solar plexus. Feel yourself strong and confident. See yourself as strong and confident. Capable of achieving anything you set out to do. Imagine the vibration of the seed sound rum at the solar plexus. The center of that sun, the vibration of rum. The vibration of rum, freeing stagnant energy. That vibration making you stronger. Your sense of self and purpose more powerful. Feel yourself strong and confident. Strong and confident. Capable of achieving anything you set out to do. You have already accomplished many things in your life. Be here in this moment. Feel your inner strength growing stronger with every breath. A peaceful, relaxed strength. Strength to accomplish your intentions while remaining calm and at ease. Feel strength and happiness flowing in with each breath. Your inner light a little brighter. Take a fuller, deeper breath. Maybe open your jaw wide, stretching the jaw. Let your head either tilt a little forward or maybe turn to the side. Stretching to each side gently. Another big full breath. And your arms up. Stretch up. All right, now it doesn't really feel quite right to do Kapala body here, but we're gonna give it a whirl. So you can try it if you like or not. Let's take a couple of deeper breaths first. Circle shoulders, we'll try to wake up a little bit. All right, so again, you might want a tissue for this. Sometimes it'll make your nose run a little bit. So again, we're just gonna try to pull in, right? It's almost like you're really trying to pump in the abdomen right in that solar plexus area. You're gonna pump that abdomen in and force your exhales out through the nose. So just with an inhale, and then just does often also make me cough a little bit too, because it helps to clear out the lungs a bit. It's called skull shining or skull polishing breath, because it helps to wake your brain up a little bit. So just do 5 or 10 times, and then you can take a breath, relax. And so again, just this pumping, forcing the air out, and then the inhales are just naturally flowing back in. So it's really, you're focusing on the exhales. The inhales just kind of happen on their own. Hopefully. All right, especially for those of us with asthma, it can make you cough a little bit. All right, big breath. Thank you all for being here. If anybody has any questions or you want to chat or anything, I have time. Oh, Connor wants names, right? Did you get, oh, everybody's name was there. That was easy. Okay, thanks, Kate.
Yeah, that was good. That was awesome. I do have everybody's names, and I also just did the spinner raffle, and I want to let you guys know, congratulations to Kate. You have won our prize for this week. So please email us at exos@philly.com, and we will work on getting that prize sent to you. Yeah, so congratulations. Chrissy, that was awesome. I really loved what you said in the beginning about how like this type of like holistic like intention and work like that can be a real compliment to like actual like medicine and stuff like that. And you kind of tied it into like how you're feeling right now too. So it's cool. It was awesome.
All right, good. Yeah, I know sometimes we forget, right, that it's not all one or the other, right? We can get very focused on, healing ourselves. And I think, again, it just becomes part of this, like, I have to do everything myself. And with over-the-counter medication, plus now it's like 6 or 8 weeks to get in to see a doctor, we can really feel like it's all on us. And like, oh, right, there are people out there. Well, and medicine's not so amazing these days either, right? But still, it's, it can be really helpful to seek advice and try to balance.
All right. Thank you everybody for coming.
Thanks, you guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you. And if anyone has any squash recipes, I'm open to them because I've never made squash. So
Wow. Now we're gonna have to think. We're gonna have to Google. That's why I love. That's why I love Pinterest for. Is really for recipes, because then you can just kind of save them. And then I never make any of them, but
I go to YouTube. I watch YouTube. I have to see the video.
yeah. All right, that's better. Yeah, I haven't done that. All right, good plan.
That's smart. All right. We'll see you, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. Have a good week. All right, I'm gonna stop that.